My name is Uncle Johnny, and today we have somebody of travel all the way from, he's going to tell us where, and also he's going to introduce himself and tell us the reason why he traveled to Australia. Welcome to John Obell channel.
Thank you so much, John. Well, my name is Gideon Matwetwe. I'm originally from Kenya. I was born in Kisii. I don't know if you've heard about Kisii, but I was born in Kisii County.
Yep.
I grew up in half of my life in Kisii, some in Nairobi, Kitengela. Yeah, so I came to Australia in 2017 as a student. Came on a student visa.
Okay. This is the question normally asks people who have come here to study as students. Why Australia? I think there are universities in Nairobi or Kenya. Why did you decide to come to Australia?
Well, that's a good question. I finished my studies in 2017, my high school. It's called Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education. I finished in 2017.
Oh, that's high school?
High school. So after that, I wanted to, sort of get a different environment. I have a sister. I have two sisters in the US. And I have a sister in Germany. So I was looking at, they have told me a lot of things about life abroad, the challenges they go through. So I was a bit, I don't know, I won't say excited, but I was a bit nervous to know what is all this they go through.
You wanted to get that challenge as well?
Yeah, I wanted the challenge myself.
Okay.
So my father, I wanted to go to US so bad, but I have a cousin here in Australia. So my father sort of considered my parents, so my father and mother, they thought, I have two sisters in the US, why not try a different place? So I was looking at Canada. But I thought of Australia as a beautiful country. So yeah, that's where I ended up here.
You ended up. Who made the decision for you to come out of the country? Was it you or your parents, or it was a family in general who decided, okay, it's time for you to go now? You're a grown up.
Well, I think I didn't. I think I made like a joint decision with my parents. Well, I proved to them that I really wanted to go abroad after my studies, my high school. So I had a conversation with my parents, just, I just want to try this. And my parents were a bit, not sure, but they trusted me with going to Australia. They could have said that I have to go to the US.
Where your sisters
where
are.
my sisters are. They could have talked of Germany, where my sister is, in Bremen. But I think they trusted me with, living by myself. Challenged me with living at a new place where you don't know anyone by myself. So so it was sort of joint decision, I can say.
Excellent answer. Now, can you tell me the first day in Australia? Where did you go? What happened? Who came to pick you from the airport? And all that.
The first day.
The first day.
Well, I actually remember the date. It was on 16th of June, 2017. So
a very important date for you.
A very important date. I can't forget that.
You just arrived in a different country.
Well, I have a cousin here in Australia. I have a cousin. So I landed, I think it was around 8 p.m. He picked me up from Sydney Airport. So, well, when I got to Australia, when I got to Sydney, that is, I mean, looking at the airport, the structures and everything, I can say I was a bit nervous, like how will I get to learn the new system and everything. I had, like, for example, I'll use crossing the road. In Kenya, it's all about, chasing the matatus. You have to
timing.
You have to time, that's it. So here you have to...
you run across the road before the cars come through.
So when I had here, I was told you have to press a button. Well, if you cross the road, you will be fined of, jaywalking, things like those. So I was a bit nervous during my first night here. Remember, I had dinner at a restaurant in Sydney. So pretty much my cousin picked me up. And,
So you had like a very soft landing because somebody was here to direct you what to do and what not to do.
I can say it was a bit it was a bit soft for me, I can say. But yeah, pretty much.
Did you have any language barrier?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Up to date, I have a language barrier, actually.
Can you tell us a little bit about that barrier?
Yeah. I'll use my one example that I usually use to everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm studying Bachelor of Nursing at Newcastle Uni.
Yeah.
So every time I go to work, I tell, you know, people ask me, what do you do? What do you study?
Yeah.
And you tell them, I do nursing.
Yeah.
So most of the people, nothing. Oh, you do nothing.
No, right. Nothing.
Yeah, so, you know, it's a, well, I've had lots of, well, there are some nice people that, you know, you can have a conversation. You know, some people will speak to you in a slow motion for you to understand. It's not that you don't understand a fast speaking, but it's, I think when you speak to someone new, it's sort of like, you know, you gotta, especially with different accents, you gotta speak slowly. So I've met different Australians, I can say. Like some people will speak to you in a very fast way that you won't even understand a word. But there are some people, like people do tend to speak in a bit of a, you know, a fair way, slow way, that you know.
So would say that people who have dealt with other people from overseas tend to slow their speech a little bit so that the other party can understand.
Definitely, yeah.
But some people who have never dealt with the foreigners just talk normal.
Definitely,
and that's what is a challenge to you?
Yeah, it was a bit of a challenge, but you know, it got to a point whereby I really had to. There's some times where you have to connect the words by yourself. Like you'll only get one word in a sentence, but you'll have to join this is what it means.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's,
So it takes longer for you to...
It took a while for me, actually. It took a fair time, like I think 2 months to sort of get to know a few words, you know, like my things like those. Then after you know those words, you can easily join what this guy means. Yeah, pretty much.
Is it easy for you to make friends with the Australian people?
I can say when I came here, it wasn't so easy because I was a bit scared, you know. I was a bit scared, you know. Obviously you've met new people that, you know, you've not grown up to this kind of environment.
That's right.
And my university, it's multicultural, like Newcastle University, it's so multicultural. There are people from, you know, everywhere in the world, Germany, US, Australia, Canada, there are India, China, there are Kenyans, South Africa, everywhere in the world. So I think it's well, most of the people have got that, you know, kind of, I can say culture, you know, so everyone talks sort of fairly to, like to reach that understanding between people. So it's really a good thing that...
So now you've mentioned about the culture. Did you get any culture shock here when you
were definitely, I was so shocked, you know, starting from food. I didn't, when I came first, I didn't find the food that I'm used to. The people, how the people used to interact. I remember I stayed, when I got to Australia the first night, it was a Friday night. I woke up I think I can say it's jet lag, but I woke up the next day at around, I slept for like 17 hours, I can say. And I didn't, you know, when you walk out, you don't find anyone on the street, everyone is busy, you don't know your neighbors. So it was a really big culture shock for me, I can say.
So the people are very scarce here in Australia.
People are very scarce, I can say. And,
and you know, you're used to where there's a lot of people in the morning. Any time of the day, there's lots of people.
Definitely.
Back home in Kenya. Okay. And now, since now you've mentioned about food, how did you find your food from Kenya here?
When I got here, I didn't find well, up to now, there can't be that exact, you know, my food that was in Kenya. But you know, it's all about meeting different people, you know, meeting people from your country, not just your country, different cultures and stuff. So I've got to learn about different foods. I've got to learn about Australian food. But talking about my food, like the food that I was used to, what made me, you know, to be exposed to different types of foods, I got to know where to find the Kenyan food. You know, I went to different venues, different occasions, there's an African event that different African events, I can say. That is sort of how I got to know how to, you know, get those foods. There's an African shop, which I knew from someone. I had no idea. That
or somebody introduced you where you can get
much,
some.
So
you don't have any issue getting your African food, so you enjoy that very much.
Yeah, I enjoy it actually. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I didn't know that I could get African food in Australia.
Okay.
So I thought, I mean, yeah, you know, I thought I was going to eat biscuits all the time, just, you know.
And Cerelac, eh?
Yeah, those kind of foods, you know, snacks all the time. But when I got here, that's when I thought, oh, actually, I saw a banana. I was like, "What? There are bananas in Australia." So there are different things that at the back of my mind, I didn't know I could get them in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you gone back home to Kenya since you arrived here?
Yeah, I went back in December 2019.
Okay.
Just before the COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can you just tell us how you found Kenya and how people reacted to you after going there, and how you reacted to people who have been there, who have not gone out of the country?
I think it's, well, people, my high school friends and all those who are, you know, be like, my friends used to be like, oh, how is life over there? Things like those. And life is not that different for me. That's for me, like in Australia and Kenya. The biggest thing that I can say is, you know, I couldn't see my friends anymore. And, you know, when I left Kenya, I sort of had an idea that I'm going to a different place. I'm going to live by myself. My mother will be normal, like, she won't be there for me anymore. Like, she'll just be in a different country. Different rules, different regulations that you have to adhere to. So, I think, but talking about my friends, I mean, they were, you know, a bit excited and all those, but it wasn't that different for me from Australia and Kenya. And the food as well. As I said, I've met African shops, you know, African guys here. So I've managed to make a few friends, although there are big challenges here and there. When I came here, there are obviously some challenges. So it's all about the pattern of, you know.
Do you want to mention one of the challenges which you overcome?
Like, yeah.
Okay, this is a challenge, but how did you overcome that challenge?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'll just give you one example. I've had a couple, obviously, but so one of the biggest, I can say not the biggest, but fairly one of the biggest challenges I faced. So when I came to Australia, you know, with my visa, I can work 20 hours a week. That's what I do to, you know, pay myself, my rent, and all those. My parents support me with fee and stuff. But so when I got here, obviously I made a few friends here, there, you know, interacting with people, going to social events. So I was so eager to get a job that I could do for 20 hours. I didn't want my parents to send me money. I challenged myself that, you know, why can't I get a job for myself?
So you looked for a job?
I looked for a job. And I was a bit depressed because, you know, Australia is a bit of a, as I said, you don't get to see your neighbors. You know, you have to put yourself, you have to make yourself busy, I can say. So when I got here, I stayed for like 2 months. I was trying to find a few jobs. So no one will ever judge you here on what job you do. All
nobody judges anybody here. Everybody is busy.
Everyone is busy. Everyone has their thing. So I wanted a job. I didn't care what job I want.
You just wanted
a job.
To get money.
I just wanted a job, that's right. So I spoke to a few friends of mine, obviously. It was quite hard to get a job in Newcastle. So and it's like when you ask for money from the parents, you know, they send you, well, the currency in my country is called Kenyan shillings. They send you, for example, 20 Kenyan shillings. That is fairly like $200.
Maybe $200.
And they feel like that's a lot of money. So
that will not. If you pay your rent,
that's it.
And maybe you put fuel in the car, then it's over. It's finished.
It's over. It's all done. So I wanted to get a job. I had a few issues here and there. So I wanted to move to Sydney. I wanted to move to Sydney really bad.
Where you can get a job.
Where I can get a job. I had a few friends who had moved from Newcastle. They didn't like the environment and everything. So I called one of my friends and told them I want to move to Sydney. I'm looking for a job. What can you advise me, or where can I get a job? And the friend of mine, his name is Collins. He told me, oh, you should come, you should have moved a long time ago. There are some jobs here that you can do for, get to pay your rent and stuff. So he connected me to a guy who could help me get a job. So I spoke to that guy on a Friday. I was living with a friend of mine by then. So on a Sunday night, I was just, playing basketball and stuff. I got a call. And I was asked to come to work the next day in the morning at 7 a.m. It was, I think, 8 p.m.
So what sort of job is this? They've not seen you?
Scaffolding. I did scaffolding. I did scaffolding. I did multiple construction jobs. So I went to Sydney. I didn't know where I'm going to sleep. Because, here it's sort of like everyone is minding their business. Everyone is doing everything, trying to catch up. So I moved to Sydney. I didn't have anywhere to stay. I packed my bags and everything. So I told myself, come the worst, I'll sleep in my car. Okay? So I moved to Sydney and it was actually, I think I was so lucky, and I think it's God who planned for me. So I got to Sydney. I got to the job. I met an African guy. His name is Daniel. So I met Daniel at work. He was really kind. I had no idea of scaffolding, so I had told that guy that I'm really good at scaffolding. I know the instruments.
You've got no idea.
I had no idea. So I got to Sydney, said hello to the guy. Oh, my name is Gideon. Oh, my name is Daniel. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, nice. So this guy, he was helping me to locate, like, the boss could send me, go and get, for example, a ute, things like those. They're just go and get something. I had no idea. So the guy could help me, could direct me. So the guy asked me, where are you from? I told him I'm from Kenya. He was shocked. Oh, you're from Kenya? How nice is that? I'm from Kenya as well. What is your tribe? From Kisii. Oh, I'm from Kisii too. That was a bit...
But I'm just surprised he asked your tribe. Here we don't ask, which tribe are you or whatever. Are you from Kenya? That's it. That's all
it,
we ask here. We don't ask about tribe at all.
Definitely. But I mean, it's, from there, well, the guy he didn't have a car to drive home and stuff. So that is one of the things that helped me to, get him to, so I had to drive him to his house. So from there, he gave me a room to stay. He was really kind of very nice.
So here he got advantage of you driving him to work. Back home. And you got advantage of where to stay.
Where to stay for a few nights. It was actually, it was like a win-win situation.
And again, he was training you what to do at work.
He was training me what to do at work. So
So it was a win-win situation.
Win-win situation. So it's all about talking to someone. And anyone who may want to come to Australia or anything, it's all about who you meet, how you interact with them, what you tell people, how you conduct yourself. It's really important in Australia.
Actually, that was the next question I wanted to ask you, but you've already answered it. For people who would like to come to Australia to study like you, you've already given them that advice. Do you have anything else you can add for them to be aware when they're traveling here? They actually know they should not just come here expecting everything will work like a miracle.
Definitely, I mean, I could say that for a whole day, but but basically it's all about knowing what you want for your life. I mean, I knew what I want. For example, I went to Sydney. I knew I wanted a job. I got the job. After that, you grow up. You grow up from where you are. It's all about and you cannot. I always say that Rome wasn't built in one day.
That's
so
exactly
you have to
right,
go through the steps. You have to, speak to your people, speak to everyone, speak to your maybe. I speak to everyone myself. I mean, not necessarily, but I speak to every person. Like India, from China, Australians. Australians are very nice people, very kind people. But it's all about your confidence as well. I came here, I had, you know, I had told myself that this is what I really want. My parents trusted me with this. I have to get what I really want. So it's all about talking to people, you know, interacting. That interaction is so important. Because, for example, imagine I went to Sydney. If I could not have, if I could have ignored the guy or where are you from, things like those, he couldn't have helped me.
You could have missed where to stay.
So from there, even from knowing this Daniel, I met lots of different people from him in Sydney who are very kind, you know. They showed me the way. They helped me to get a job that I do 20 hours, things like those, you know. So it's sort of knowing how to talk to people, being kind to people. And when you get, I always say that you have to, you know, you have to know people to shake hands and you have to know people to hold hands. That's what drives me. Especially in Australia.
That's very deep. You have to know people to shake hands
and people to hold hands.
People to hold hands.
That's it.
So this Daniel, you hold his hands.
I held his hands, and you know, I couldn't. And you know the way I got myself to live with him is I knew that he didn't have a car to go back. So I told him, no, I can give you a lift. You know, I was so kind to him. I can give you a lift. So I gave him a lift to his house.
Did you know your way in Sydney very well?
I didn't know.
Because I got challenges driving in Sydney. It's just, even the GPS doesn't work very well in the city. So how did you manage to drive in the city?
Well,
or he was giving you direction?
Right? No. When I got here, actually, when I got here, well, I knew how to drive. But I didn't know. Obviously, I didn't know the ways. I didn't know the Australian laws. Obviously, they're so different. So when I got here, I used to use the GPS in Newcastle. Even in Sydney, I used the GPS for some time. But in Sydney, even if you use the GPS, it's still very hard to drive in Sydney. So there's that. I can say I was shocked the way people drive, and people abusing, you know. But
people are not very gentle in Sydney.
What
it's a very busy city.
It's very city. So what I told myself is, I want this. If I stay in Newcastle, I won't get a job, you know, to start to pay for my rent. Obviously, my parents will pay my fee, but how will I pay my rent? I didn't want to bother my parents. So I assured my parents, and it got to a point whereby I knew if I want to drive in Sydney, I will fall. I mean, I won't have anywhere else. I won't have anything else to do. So I had that, you know, I had that at the back of my mind that I have to go for it. So yeah, that's how I did it.
It
wasn't very easy. So.
This is John Obell, and my name is Uncle Johnny. If you want to move to one country to the other, watch this video, and it's already advised you where to go, who to talk to. Just be open. Don't just lock yourself in the room. Things will never work out for you. So be outgoing and exactly know why you are moving from one country to the other. Don't just move because you are so excited because other people are moving. Know exactly what you want to do in that country you've moved to. Did you have any other thing you want to add and advise other people who have got the intention of moving?
I could say that, as I said, for the whole day, but actually just to wrap it up, I think it's all about, you know, discipline for yourself, knowing that this is what I want.
Actually, that's very important. If you don't have discipline, because we already have people here who didn't have discipline at all, they were deported. They go back home. If you can't fit in the country you've moved to, the nature will just sort you out.
It's just, you know.
So it's all about go back wherever you've come from.
It's all about knowing what you want, actually. So I knew what I wanted, and that discipline as well. So I still know what I still want for my life. So it's all about pushing yourself and knowing that you cannot grow in one day. So it has to be a step. It has to be a step that goes day by day. I want to be here. So and you know, talking to people is very important. Talk to people. Very friendly Australians. They're very lovely people. Whenever if you go to work or anything, talk to people. If that conversation that you talk to someone, try and grab something new, try and get something new. So that's really good.
Thank you very much. We've got a very good advice from one of the travelers here. And I hope somebody will get the information and try and use it wisely. And we'll still be getting more people who have traveled, and we get the top information from the people who have done it, the people who have already been there. And yeah, so thank you very much for attending my show. And in case we need more information from you, we'll get in contact.
Thank you for having me, Uncle Johnny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, man.